What is up, Timmy Academy? So, a lot has been going on here. I wanted to upload a small video. We've been doing some collection buys. I did some trades with a guy locally. He's actually kind of the only guy I trade with. Old school guy, been playing since Alpha, I think. And so that's where this little lot came from. A lot of stuff has been going on. As I said, we've been doing some changes to the business model around here. Since everything's kind of been going for a little bit, I'll divulge what's going on. I started an LLC with another guy up in Virginia, and we are doing sports boxes as well. So we're like selling sealed hobby boxes to breakers and stuff like that. Yeah, so I've been really busy getting all that sorted out, keeping the books for it, getting everything up and running. So this video is going to be a little bit of like what's been going on. I'll show you some of the sports boxes. I'm just there's good margins on them, so that's why I got into it. I honestly don't have much interest in collecting sports cards, and we're only dealing in sealed boxes, so it's kind of boring. I probably won't be talking about it much on the channel, but part of this video is going to be inspired by a couple of the breakers, young breakers that I met, and a way to get liquidity. So we're going to be talking about credit cards and how to leverage credit cards for liquidity. This is a conversation that Rudy had on his channel a while ago, and it's an important conversation to have, so I'm just going to have it again. It's just going to be a short little thing and how to use it and the ones I use and whatnot. So but first, let's talk about some spicy stuff. So first off, we got a couple collections in the mail. Some of the audit style collections. We've been doing that a little more recently. And one of them had a couple fake cards in them. So this is from a guy named Dave. And Dave sent me a small collection. There was some nice stuff in there, some newer foils. I don't think there was really any reserve list or anything like that, so I didn't really film it. But these were in there. See that shine? So I just wanted to go over fake cards again and just kind of... he didn't know they were in there, and they weren't calculated in the price or anything. I don't know if they were on the original scan list he sent me. I did an audit and breakdown, and yeah, so I think these are from those Chinese Wish land bundles. We've got a Guru Mountain and a Flagstones of Charkir, and you can hear them. They're just plasticky and glossy. They're not very good. I guess I'll rip this one on camera. So yeah, see the core? I don't know if we can really see it that well. Let's see if we zoom. Is that gonna... Can we get focused here? No. It's gonna be too close. But yeah, see, there you can see it. It's a black core instead of a blue core. Real Magic cards have a blue core. So that's something to look out. Oh, that's a good... See that black? Yeah. So something to look out for in your own collections if you have been doing trading or anything. They're pretty easy to spot, but if you're not looking for them, you just miss them. So I wanted to do a small thing on that, and then we've got some trade stuff that we did. I've also been not really consigning. I've been helping a couple friends out who just had some cards to move. My new business partner had a large collection that he had purchased, and I just told him I would move a bunch of the stuff. So some of these were traded for some of the cards that were on consignment, so I just paid them the price that I was going to sell them for on consignment and did the trade. These were all... Actually, no. These two... So these three were all from a trade. This candelabra, as you may remember, I needed a nicer one for my full set. This one is beautiful. Beautiful near mint. The only issue with it is there was a little chip. See that little chip right here? And then someone inked it. So technically it's inked damage, but we both decided that we'd go off of LP pricing since it's so low, and I think most collectors would pretty much say this is LP, considering the card is near mint otherwise. So I was happy to pick that up, and that'll be in my full set. It's a stellar, stunning card. So now I've got an LP/damaged, or near mint/damaged, and an MP. So I was happy to trade for that. This was kind of just thrown in at the end to kind of make up the difference of, Legends, Winds of Change. I thought it was interesting. We both kind of see that top, that cut, how the bevel's not there. It looked very strange. I had to pull it out of the sleeve and make sure it wasn't inked or anything, but yeah, it's just a Legends, Winds of Change. I have one for the full set already, and then we kind of came to an evaluation of about $70-$80 on this. This is the foreign white border 4th edition, 1996. I believe the Korean and Japanese were only in foreign white border 4th edition, not foreign white border revised or whatever. Is that Renaissance? I always get confused with the foreign sets. But it's a Rush signature on a black border Mana Flare. So I was like, this is cool. This will go in my Rush vault of signed Rush cards. Always looking to pick up more Rush signatures. He's one of him and Hoover, but Hoover's insanely hard to come by. Anyway, if you've got some and you're looking to get rid of them, I'm pretty much always in the market. So these are both near mint. They came from Card Kingdom, and as you may remember, I've been trading in I've been buy listing all of my bulk rares for Card Kingdom credit. Well, I had about 2,200 stocked up on there, and I was looking for some high value stuff. I was looking for power originally, but they don't have any power in stock, and they haven't for a long time, and they don't really have any dual lands in stock, so I needed a chains for my full set, and I needed a birds for my full set, so I figured near mint, chains and birds is pretty much as good as it's going to get. I mean, it's overpriced. This was $1,600 for the near mint chains, but what's overpriced today for something like this? I mean, the thing is beautiful near mint. But yeah, what's overpriced today will be a great deal tomorrow, and after all, a bunch of bulk paid for it. So to me, that's a good deal, even if $1,600 is a little high for market on a near mint chains right now. I feel really good about it. So yeah, that is kind of the last big card from my Legends set. I've got the Abyss, I've got Nether Void, I've got Chains, and I've got All Hallows Eve, and I've got the Tabby. So now we're looking to finalize this set. And then birds, this was 500 store credit, near mint. There are a few little chips. I mean, honestly, I would say that, but look at that surface. Whew. The back has a couple little chips here. I would call this near mint minus, it's beautiful though. And the centering was also, obviously, that's probably why no one graded it, but for my full set, it's wonderful. And then, if you remember, one of my videos not too long ago, I picked up a $10,000 collection here locally, and I said that I really couldn't afford it, so I was unloading all of it. I kept a couple things, and then I unloaded the rest. I actually wound up making pretty good margins on it because I bought it right before all the spikes happened. I just got everything kind of settled up for the month, and it looks like I'm going to be able to keep all this reserve list. So yeah, that's pretty good. There's a couple Lake of the Deads there, Telekinesis, Sword of the Ages. You already saw all this in another video, but I just wanted to share that I am putting these in the coffers. So we got to put a lot of old school stuff in the vault for this month. Yeah, all right. We'll I'll turn the camera around and we will talk about credit cards and their efficiencies. All right, so I had a couple kids, not kids, but young guys in their early 20s, breakers. They have been buying some of these sports hobby boxes off me, and they keep running into the issue of, let me grab one box, I'll get it broken, and then I'll grab another box. And I had the conversation with them about using a credit card to leverage your purchases for the month. Now, you have to be careful with this because obviously you're borrowing money. It's a loan. But if you get a good 2% cashback credit card, I use Capital One Venture and Citi Double Cash. Capital One Venture is cool because it's flexible. If you travel, it's a great card because, and no one's paying me to say this, by the way. This is what I use, and this is what I like, and this is my method of doing so. I like the Venture because you build, it's 2 miles per dollar spent. So you get, if you spend $10,000 in a month, you get 20,000 miles, and then that translates essentially to $200, right? So it's a 2% ratio. Now, you can use it for miles, but if you go into the rewards area of the credit card, you can actually cover your past purchases at a rate of 2% as well. So you can use it to essentially as a 2% cash back, or you can use it for miles. I travel to go pick up collections, and I rent cars and book airplanes and rent hotels and stuff like that. So it's great for me in that scenario that I can either use the miles to reduce a collection cost by 2%, or if I'm going out of town to pick up a $20,000 collection, I can pay for the airfare, the car rental, and the hotel all with my miles. So this is the benefit of having a 2% credit card and running all your business through it. The Citi Double Cash is just a straight up 1% when you spend, 1% when you pay it off. So it's just a straight up 2% cashback card. It's great. The second benefit to having a credit card is in a business like this, in cards, where you're flipping cards, where you're buying collections, selling them, when you're breaking down, when you're, for these breaker guys, they're buying a sports box, they're filling slots, and then it's getting broken and, it gets shuffled around to a bunch of different people. So essentially they're taking a hobby box that might be $500, $600, $700, and maybe 10 to 25, 30 people are buying it at a lower price point and getting a portion of the hits from the box. So when you're doing a model like this, as far as cards are concerned, it's important to have liquidity, because the more money you're able to spend, the more money you're able to make. It's all about percentages. We all know I work on like a 10 to 15% window. So if I can spend $10,000 to $20,000 a month, that 10 to 15% window looks a lot better on, $30,000 than it does on $10,000. So it allows you the liquidity to pick up a bunch of stuff at once. You don't have to pay it back for a month, so you have a month to recoup your costs. And then, so essentially you buy the product, you break the product down, you sell it, and if you're savvy enough and confident enough in your market that you're working in, you really shouldn't have any issues. Now, there is risk involved with this. If you're not able to pay off that credit card in a month's time, you run into the scenario where you're paying exorbitant fees, anywhere from 19 to 25% APY on that cash that's not paid off. So it's one of these balancing acts. You need to know how far to take it, how much you can leverage for the month, and always be secure, always have a backup plan, always have, in this game that we're playing, and if you're watching this, you're probably playing this game in some fashion, whether you're a collector or a dirty flipper like me, or a dealer or a store owner or whatever. That there's parts of your collection you can liquidate today if you need to. Now, the price is never great if you need to liquidate today, but you know there are certain things that you can get rid of if you're looking for fast liquidity. So when you're playing the credit card game and leveraging it for the 2% cash back, or even using it, say this scenario, if there's a collection you really want to pick up, and say it's 10 grand in cash, and you don't have 10 grand in cash, you want to do the deal, PayPal friends and family, you can still use a credit card to do that. Now, the credit card company is going to, well, I guess it would be PayPal, is going to hit you with a 3% fee for using a credit card on a friends and family purchase. But if you have a 2% cash back, then you're spending 3%, you're getting the 2% cash back, and you're essentially, you've got the 1% that you're getting hit on. But if you know you're going to make 10 to 15% on the collection, then what's a 1% hit, right? You might as well take the 1% hit. The alternative is not making the other 14% and not buying the collection. So that's my little theory on credit cards and how I use them to, really, when I started using them, it was a game changer. I didn't use them for the longest time because I was worried about, fees and not being able to pay it back. But once I got confident in what I was doing and the ability and the kind of the market and group to move product confidently and know where to move it if I needed to, and know which parts of my collection that I'm willing to let go in case I get in a pinch, I started leveraging the credit cards heavy in order to increase my liquidity, spend more monthly, and ultimately, grow my business to where it is now. If you have any questions, drop a comment below, shoot me an email. I'm always around. I'm always talking to, customers and fans. Well, let's be honest, not many fans, but, people looking to sell their collections, people needing help or wanting some direction and what to do. I'm always around. So reach out. Till the next time. Talk to you later, Timmy Academy.